Okay, we got the old rule book opened up here, and we're checking out what's going on here with our air mission phase. There's an important note I want to make. Originally, get my pointer, I was going to send a special forces unit here by helicopter to this hex here. I'm realizing now that at my attack down here on Bluefields, the town, and the airport, and the air group, I can't advance after combat unless I have a regular unit. So therefore, we're going to do this differently. The regular unit that was going to go from here to here. I guess he's still going to have to. Yeah, so they can advance after combat. But I can transport my special forces unit also down here. He can, right here. It says during an air mission phase in which we're at now and the helicopter transport phase, a transport helicopter can move up to double its movement radius to move a ground unit or supply depot from one friendly unsupplied or supplied hex rather to another. And then when he's done, he's got to get flipped all the way upside down because he can't have any more activations. But that's what we're looking at here. Let me go ahead and proceed, and I'll show you what the results of my air missions phase was. All right, then another note to be made for this movement I'm making. I'm taking this port of El Bluff, which is a FSLN port, and I already have points for the first. It says here. Let me see if I can get you over here. A port for the first time you capture it. This will be my second time I captured it, so I won't get any more victory points. But over here, there's a restriction, and it says, however, when an insurgency unit or stack ends movement in a city, town, or port controlled by the opposing player, which it has been captured, recaptured, and controlled by the FSLN during the regular ground unit movement or insurgency movement phase, and is not stacked with the regular ground units, the insurgency unit or stack must perform combat in the hex during the ground combat phase. And that's during the ground combat phase. Let me get you out of here. Sorry about that. What we have done now is air transport with a utility Huey, a regular ground unit there. So he's just unloaded. That is a friendly hex. Because of regular ground units there, when it comes to ground combat, which is my next phase after air movement phase, we won't have to have intrinsic combat with El Bluff because I have regular units there. So that would be only if this hex was occupied by solely an insurgency unit. So there you go. During my air mission phase, I brought a regular unit in there, and I was going to, still might bring a special forces in here, give me a column shift. I think I already have a 2-to-1 with a -1, or rather, I keep on saying -1. When I'm attacking, it's a +1 Dyro modifier. So I'll get a +1 Dyro modifier for my insurgency units because there's no insurgency unit defending. So I don't know if a 2-to-1 attack with a +1 Dyro modifier will be enough, because in this game you want high die rolls on combat. By bringing that special forces, it'll be 3-to-1. But I might need my special forces unit somewhere else along this front to help beef up my defense. So that's what we're looking at. We'll be right back. Alright, so right now the old Rosita supply source hex airstrip is unoccupied because I've moved my special forces to all the way over here. They've unloaded. I can see what the hex looks like before I had them there, and I just got about 2 defense factors. Now that's a supply source for the FDN and a big victory point hex that will be worth for the communist player. Let me see. If you were a supply FDN, air, DSA, trench destroyed. Oh, I know that get victory points for supply source. Hold on a second. Alright, then we've looked through the rules, and there is no victory points for the FSLN player capturing a supply source. I'm not sure if my opponent knows that. I'm going to send him off a email. And yeah, so I don't know if I need to. He does not get anything for destroying my supply source. Now, it's a supply source for my units, but it's also right on the border. He goes past that point, so I might reconsider putting my paratroopers there. We might find us another spot. All right, well, he gets big points for entrenchments. That's it. That's the only thing he gets points for eliminating. And he gets victory points two ways: eliminating trenches and having as few Contra units as possible on the map. Some of his only ways to get victory points. I thought he got victory points for nailing supply sources. That's where I get victory points for. But I have to hold on to it till turn 12 supply source. So that's the deal. We got that all straightened out. Let me reconsider my Huey destination. Another thing to consider is if he does go across the border, I just want to add this real quick, at either of these spots, it triggers the Hondurans. So another incentive. Like I said, he hasn't moved up there. He could have. So we're not going to worry about that spot. I'm going to land my Huey here. We have 4 insurgency units there. They all count as one stacking point. I'm allowed 5 and a hex, so I'm going to put another one there to give this hex and this hex both 5 defense factors. So 5 defense factors in this hex, 5 defense factors in this hex. I'm taking 10 attack factors, get a 2 to 1. My weak spots will be back here, and these units here are brittle, so we'll see what happens with that. But Huey gunship destination on my entrenchment hex. We'll be back. Alright then, utility Huey. If I can find it here, not Huey gunship. Utility Huey turned upside down to signify that it has traveled more than half his range, and he ain't got no more fuel, so he's there along with his cargo, the civilian military assistance, special forces, paratroopers. All right, we are set to go. Let me look for some more air missions. We do have to garrison our little airstrip that we have just captured. So I got units in Air Group 1 that I believe will take off with some of our. Oh, there you go. Transportation capabilities. We'll be right back. Alright, a nice little airstrip, or airfield, right across the border in Honduras. Launched my. Get over here. There we go. My C. I can't even read that. But anyway, I think it's a C-130. Had a capacity of 1. He has landed over here at this little spot here, Rosita. Now he is dropped off an FSN or FDN battalion, infantry battalion of FARC. Now what I need to do now is get me another air group marker. Let me press pause. Be right back. All right, so technically, I guess you do it this way. Form me a new air group and my air unit. Oops, let me get out of here. Will not be in a use spot of Air Group 1. He will be over here in my new Air Group 5 in a use spot. So there you go, we just transported a unit in my brand new Air Group 5. Alright, what else we got going on here? I guess that's it for all my helicopter transports and AC-130 transports. See if I want to do anything else. I do have a unit here, don't I? Oh, nobody? Yeah, I do. But that would leave my air group undefended. But then again, like I said, that's across the border, so if you want to go ahead, I might move one of these. Air Group 2. Yeah, I do have a transport capability. We'll be right back. Alright, this time from Air Group 2. We have flown into Air Group 5, which would be right here, but here's this cargo. Down here, MSKT, must be some kind of native tribe, regular ground units. But more importantly, in our Air Group 5, we now have, and I used me an FDN C-47 to transport them, so I use one of theirs. I still have transport capability in Air Group 2, but he'll be in the U section of Air Group 5 now. So now Air Group 5 will have that unit there. I'll put the stronger unit on top. So these guys are entering the theater and ready to go full strength. It's my new air group. There you go. That is that. Now look, I think that's going to take care of my air missions for transport. We do have some bombardment or close air support capability for any attack. And I would send one down here, but like I said, they got SAM anti-aircraft. Can't do that on attack. And it's the same thing for this little airstrip. He don't have a SAM, but he's got a. All right, sorry about that. A anti-aircraft infantry. Some. I don't know what the Stinger version would be on the Soviet side back in the 80s. I'll have to look that up. But they have some kind of little mobile aircraft, anti-aircraft. All right, need to assign the rest of my air units. We'll be right back. All right, so I'm not going to use my air units for any close air support, but I was looking through the units, and right here, the Hex 2513, where his artillery unit is, underneath here is a full strength unit, but underneath him is a half strength unit right there. So he'll be the target of my air mission. We're going to go in there and try to deliver some bombardment points, hopefully get him a step loss, and eliminate him. We'll be right back. Alright then, for my Air Group 3, we will use one AC FDN unit, move him to the used. Also, another one, but he's taking a step loss, he's damaged, and so is the third one. So we'll take these three, Air Group 3. There you go. We're going to put us on a well-worn and used from, I don't know, how many years is it since the 80s? Air mission marker. Alright, let's see if we can have a little bit of cheese whiz fun. We'll start from there. Alright, and he'll stop there and deliver 4. Let me see, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4 bombardment points in rough terrain. We'll be right back with the bombardment chart. It'll be a ground unit. You need a minimum of 3. We have 4. Looking for a high number, 5 or 6 as far as die roll modifiers. I don't see any. There you go. Doesn't occupy any of those. Doesn't meet any of that criteria. Not incendiary. Not a tank on the road. Target occupied the swamp. Well, he's in the rough. Nope, swamp, forest, jungle. So, in other words, if there's trees around, you get a -1. He's in rough terrain. So there you go. Alright, we will show you what the unmodified vassal generator die roll was. Look for a high number. We'll be right back. Alright, totally wasted air mission. This unit survives unscathed. That'll be it. Put these units back. And I believe that'll take care of my air mission phase. That was quite the bummer, but hey, it is what it is. Not everything's guaranteed. Alright, I think we're going to come back. It'll be the ground combat phase. See how my 2 battles go on the map. This will be an interesting one here. Should I put my special forces and give me another column shift? I don't know. We'll see. We'll be back with some combats, making sure we do our housekeeping, got everything set to go. Be right back. Alright, well, I had a video clip that didn't record. I had here you go, a Huey gunship that or not a gunship, a utility Huey. I keep on saying gunship. He was right here. I'm doing some housekeeping, looking through units. I noticed he was there totally with 2 activations left, so we flew more than half. Oh, that's right, you know, he did fly more than half, so he needs to be turned upside down. Yeah. But the thing of it is, it'll be the communist player's turn. Coming up next, we'll start a new turn. Everybody will be turned right back side up, but that is the proper way to be. So he is down here, and he flew from up here. Came on down here, and it's more than 6. He's got a 6 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Means he gets turned upside down because he went more than his he's out of fuel. So there you go. Let the fuel up next turn. All right, I'm straightening things up, turning everybody right side up, and getting ready for the all-important combat phase. We'll be back. All right, one more note while I'm looking over my battlefield and everything. At this facility here, Air Group 1, it's now a contested air facility because I am projecting zones of control into blue fields. Now I have to see what recheck and find out what the ramifications are for that airfield's capacity. There's, I remember there's that, let me show you over here real quick. That's air groups. There's that sitting spot down there. I think that comes into effect if it's contested or something, or if it's damaged. We'll be right back. Alright, it does say the only player must immediately move air units from the available space to the sitting space on his air group display to conform with the reduced activation limit of the facility. Air units in a use space are not affected in a turn the facility is contested. So, therefore, Air Group 1 will have the units that are available move to the sitting spot. Ooh, that ain't bad at all. They're just 2 transports is all it is, but yeah, I gotta do some housekeeping over here. Kind of hard to do with the one hand or holding a goofy camera. That is the ones that are the sitting were available, so now they go down there. And I think there's something that happens if I do capture it and win this battle. Some of these units are eliminated, so we'll find out what goes on there real quick. But this is going to be a fantastic combat phase. Find out what goes on with the battle for Bluefields. Be right back.